there is a need to get our EI system reformed and updated.
The EI program should be there to help workers, especially young families.
Oui, gros problème avec nos temps de chômage.
For people that work in my industry, especially right now, it's not only frustrating, it's actually terrifying. I get phone calls from members who have been unable to access a job right now, and they're out of benefits and they're out of EI and they have no idea what they're going to do. And those of us that are working on 24, 25 hours a week too, with Christmas coming up and looking ahead into the future, we have no idea how we're going to survive.
When someone loses their job and they are given severance pay, this money is allocated, and it, in my mind, should not be allocated, as a lot of employees have been with EI or paid into EI for numerous years, and because depending on the type of severance they get, are not entitled to collect EI. So recently, during the pandemic, there was a pilot program put forward by the federal government that encouraged or removed that barrier.
As a seasonal worker in a fish plant, it is important to have flexible and accessible employment insurance benefits through the year to help us get through the year.
La priorité, c'est les travailleurs. Les travailleurs, eux autres, ils font pas assez d'heures pour être éligibles pour l'année que, à partir du mois de juillet, aller jusqu'au mois d'avril, ils font pas assez d'heures pour avoir du chômage juste pour ces mois-là. C'est que il doit baisser le nombre d'heures pour être éligible, essayer d'aider les travailleurs à couvrir le trou noir.
One of the qualifying things that really needs to change is being 7 days without income, because that's not realistic, especially for people who work in hospitality and especially now in post-COVID, because people are working 5 days a week, but they're working 4 hours or 3 hours or 8 hours 1 week. All the jobs are full-time / part-time, which means that you don't get a full 40-hour work week from anybody, anywhere.
When you need to collect the EI benefits, usually you're on pretty rough times, and to make people wait a week seems to cause a lot of issues for people.
We hope we could get the 1 week waiting period reduced or dropped altogether.
The thing that has to change with the qualifying hours is they have to be lower. In post-COVID, nobody in our industry is able to get full hours. Everyone's working 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week, trying to juggle part-time jobs, trying to live. And nobody can even apply for 6 months to a year. How are they going to survive that long?
I'm currently at the moment with 420 hours with the temporary COVID measures. You'll get 14 weeks. Normally, when the COVID measures end, it's 700 hours to get 14 weeks. 14 weeks is just not enough for people.
And if we could get that minimum reinstated and kept, it would be a great help to the seasonal workers.
These changes would be extremely important for the auto sector. We go through valleys and peaks in the auto sector.
So on behalf of all our union members, workers in general, I ask that the federal government remove the allocation of severance money or separation monies from the EI component and make the pilot program that ended in September 2022 a permanent structure within the application of benefits.
I would like to say to the federal government that this is possible to fix. We know this can be fixed. This was demonstrated in COVID. People were looked after, but COVID's not over for an awful lot of people. We still need help.